Hey folks, Time to Moto Man here. I was going to go for a ride today, but then this happened. She won't crank. The battery's been showing signs of weakness. It doesn't hold a charge, so it's time to replace it. What you're going to need is a battery, obviously, gloves, your keys, a little bit of lube, and a Phillips screwdriver. And I went with the Motobatt. It's a good quality battery. The terminals are top mounted. And you see that's just a Phillips screwdriver, also a socket, so you could tighten it a little bit tighter if you need to. First things first, take the key, put it in the keyhole, turn key, that releases the lock from the back. You turn the key and pull it at the same time. The seat just pops up like that. You can tell I've been doing some off-roading. It's dirty back here, so this is a good opportunity to clean it up. I'm just going to set it back here for the moment and pull the seat off as well. It's got the wires for the seat warmers connected, so I'm just going to leave these seats here right now, but since I am cleaning things up, I may take everything apart. But right now I'm going to focus on getting to that battery. Yeah, this stuff is super dirty. Just remove this here. And pop this tray up, and there's the battery. Take the rubber piece off. Remove this plastic piece. Disconnect the negative first, and then we'll disconnect the positive. This is what it looks like in the bottom. It's actually not as dirty as it is up above this tray, which is good. I thought it was going to be a lot worse, but I'm still going to clean that up a bit. Make sure you keep your wires here, because this battery has 4 terminals, and I have the connection for my GPS and the connector for my battery tender. I'm going to utilize those other terminals so that I will have the OEM wires, the stock wires on one side, and my accessory wires on the other side. This is the old battery, YTZ14S. New battery replaces YTZ14S. These are pretty much the exact same size, so shouldn't have any problems putting it in there. The same height, everything looks pretty good. Might be a little shorter, maybe not. Got everything cleaned up in there. We'll just slide the battery in. Start connecting our wires. After we slide these little guys in. And they only give you 2, so I'm going to reuse the old ones to connect my additional accessories to the other terminal. It's going to go in like that. Since these nuts are so hard to kind of fit in here and make sure they stay in, I like to just kind of get it started so that I can set everything in place. Then I can loosen these up and attach the wires accordingly. It just makes it easier for me. So the battery is situated in there. We're going to connect the positives first. Then we'll connect the negatives. Okay, everything's hooked up. All I have to do is put this cap back on and put the rubber piece on. But first, let's see if it starts. What the f***? Earlier when I turned the bike on, after having put the new battery in, I had a TES fault issue. I shut everything down. Here, I'll just show you what I did. So my service is overdue, so the light is going to come on. I reset the date, but the service is overdue. But what I did to remove that TES system fault was I went home, I went to bike setup, TES, modes link, and this was enabled. I disabled it, exited, I shut the bike off, turned the bike back on. The bike said it was going to be in road mode only. I went back to this screen and I enabled it again, fired up the bike, and then went through the various rider modes. Everything seemed to be fine. I shut the bike off, and when I turned it back on again, that error was gone. As I went through the road mode menu, I could tell that the rear shock was still adjusting, so everything seems to be fine. I'm not sure why it did that, but everything's good, and like I said, my maintenance is overdue based off the date, but I still have quite a few miles before I actually need to do anything with it. I'll take it in soon. I don't have the ECU tuner app, so I can't reset it, but that's all right. I'm going to continue cleaning everything up. The battery's back in. Everything seems good. Thanks for watching, everybody.